Run.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can.
Como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo.
Run.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can.
Como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo.
Run.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can.
Como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo.
Run.
Como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo.
Run.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can.
Como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo.
Run.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can.
Como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo.
Alright, so today we're going to take a look at the rhetoric of Andrew Tate. Using the source material as our guide, we're going to break down his
Run.
Como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie.
Run.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can.
Como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo,
Run.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can.
como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo,
Run.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can.
Como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo.
Run.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can.
Como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo.
Run.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can.
Como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo.
Run.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can.
Como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo.
Run.
I believe I can fly. I believe.
Como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo, como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie.
Wix. One platform, any website. Unlimited creation. Describe your needs and goals, and AI will transform your tailored brief into a unique web.
Today we have a Hall of Fame level scammer, Vegas Dave. Some of y'all may remember him. I've made a few different videos about him, but he's back. Just lost the judgment in court. He might be going bankrupt. In case y'all need a little refresher on him, we're gonna go to the GOAT Steve Stevens to give us a little insight into who Vegas Dave is.
Because there's something going on with this clown, Vegas Dave, who claims to be a world-class sports consultant, who is an absolute fraud, robs people and bankrupts them, puts them in the poorhouse, and knows absolutely nothing about sports. And it's time for me to expose you, you little 4'10", purse-wearing bitch who lives with your parents.
Which he does. But I will take it from here, Steve. We're going to be making a video about this man, Vegas Dave, today. So let's see how much money he makes.
To the critics, you know, so many people are writing online about me, and all the characters on the show are saying there's no way it's impossible to hit 75 or above % on games.
Yeah, that's actually true. What I've been told from someone is that what Dave would do is this system that would, he would make it appear like he's winning all these games, but really he'd just be doing martingale, which is where you double your bets. Not an effective strategy.
Let me ask you this. How in the world can I continue to make $1 million a month?
$1 million a month. Some of you just don't quite understand how many degenerates are out there that are willing to pay for sports picks from a con man. $1 million a month, I actually believe him. And here's why. So in this video, it was, I think, Showtime or one of the HBO or something, they had a show that highlighted Vegas Dave. And so in this episode, you can see it on his channel, Vegas Dave was filming behind the scenes. So like, hey, the episode just went live. He wanted to show how much money was coming in, how many people were paying for his picks. So here's that clip.
Let me hit 200,000. 351,000, dude. 351,000, dude. Holy shit.
That's in one day, by the way. 350 grand. So when these guys say they make money, please understand that they are making money with the picks, not by actually betting, and it is a substantial amount of money. Now, where he invested that money is the subject of today's video. It was really funny driving around Vegas a few years ago because you'd see all these sports pick fraudsters with their billboards up, running hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in advertising to convince you, Mr. Tourist, to come to town and pay them for their sports pick because they had special knowledge. First lawsuit we're going to go through today is another one of the sports bettors, Bet with AJ. You may have heard of him. A few years ago, he was a little bit more relevant than he is today. Vegas Dave sued him back in 2018. One of the allegations is that Vegas Dave knew that AJ was a client of Dave's and had been for a duration of 3 years. And upon information and belief, defendant, Bet with AJ, is also engaged in the same business of providing online sports handicapping services to online users for a profit. Now, the profit part is not accurate. It was selling sports picks. But what was interesting about this case is that Vegas Dave alleged that he began to suspect that AJ was engaged in purchasing plaintiff's picks for the purpose of reselling them. So AJ was allegedly being a customer for Vegas Dave, was a part of his email scheme, I think was a member of his emails. And so he would receive the emails and then just send out the same picks to his audience. So upon information and belief, after a 2-year investigation, I don't know why he didn't try and shut it down after a month or two, but Vegas Dave found out that AJ was purchasing plaintiff's handicap picks and then will immediately sell them to his own consumers. Dave then realized that AJ was actually even copying the emails and sending it out to his consumers. Dave also alleges that AJ was contacting Dave's clients directly with the intent of trying to convert them to being his customers. Dave came to the conclusion that AJ, using his account at Bet with AJ, was selling his products as his own. He was selling the picks as his own. Basically, hey, I've got all the expertise. I'm going to tell you how to win at sports betting. And he was just using Vegas Dave's picks, which in a weird way is kind of like scamming on scamming. Like you're taking someone else's picks, so you're stealing from someone who isn't a profitable sports bettor. Pretty funny. And so Vegas Dave ended up having a process for seeking a temporary restraining order against him, said no more. And since then, Bet with AJ isn't nearly as relevant as he was. Around that same time, Vegas Dave was making money selling picks. He started to invest in Cabo, Mexico. He invested in 3 different luxury rental vacation spots that are, I have to admit, pretty nice. Well done, Dave. He did a really good job designing them and getting them up and running. Apparently they make a lot of money and they are very expensive. I don't know exactly what he paid, but I imagine collectively they're somewhere around $12 to $15 million. And based on the website, they seem to attract a very, very wealthy clientele. Dave hires Cabo Platinum. This is the major issue he has in Cabo, Mexico right now, is this company right here. Vegas Dave is claiming that they were defrauding him but they've recently won a judgment against them. And so this looks like a property management company. They're probably pretty well established in the area. If you go through their website, it looks like they offer some premium services, yacht rentals, private jet rentals, and it looks like they have access, meaning they are the property managers of very luxurious properties, and they offer properties and an experience for wealthy clientele. In April 2024, Dave cut off the relationship with Cabo Platinum because a couple weeks later, in May 2024, he actually sued them and the two people running the company. Now, in the lawsuit, he claims that he first met them many years ago. In 2011, 2012, Dave was introduced to the defendants when he went on a trip to Los Cabos and met them, and I guess had a good enough experience such that a few years later in 2016, he purchased his first property via Vegas Dave. One big property with the ability to accommodate 22 guests. It's a luxury property, and around that same time, a property management agreement was executed. A big issue with this complaint, and what Vegas Dave seems to have an issue with the Cabo Platinum Company, is that there was a monthly earnings report that was supposed to be sent with him. This is basically every month he's going to receive the income, expenses, what needed to be fixed. And he was claiming that there was problems there. He wasn't receiving it every month. Now, it was a little bit confusing because why would you continue the relationship if you weren't receiving this monthly earnings report? But that's what he's claiming. Also, Vegas Dave, not exactly the most trustworthy source here. A lot of guests. This Cabo Platinum Company also offered luxurious design. And so one of the first charges towards Vegas Dave for the second property totaled a little over $130,000 and a little bit of a fee for oversight. And then Vegas Dave received a proposal for furniture and fixtures for almost $1 million. Now, Vegas Dave claims that he did not approve the vast majority of the items contained in the proposal. Now, what's confusing is since then he's been running these properties and they've been generating revenue, so it doesn't seem like there was much of an issue, and he kept the relationship going until 2024. So I don't understand between 2020 and 2024 why there was clearly an issue on his part, why he's including it in this complaint. But then for the 4 years following, why he kept the relationship going. Vegas Dave also claims that he paid the design fee for the second property and provided payments for carpentry and stonework, but he claims that the contractors that did the work have not been paid. Here, Vegas Dave claims that he has not received any of the invoices associated with the fees, services, and items listed on the monthly earnings statement. He claimed that, hey, you've never sent me any of the invoices. I don't know where my money's going. He also claims that in 2019, he hired the defendants to remodel the home that he purchased for his parents located here in Spanish Hills area in Las Vegas. He claims that the budget had his maximum renovation.
Yeah, I'm an AI, but I'm here to talk apps. Real apps you can build in minutes with Base 44. This finance app solves your business.
Renovation budget was $350,000, and I guess everyone signed. But the problem was that despite this maximum budget, the project took approximately 17 months to complete and cost over $1.3 million. Now, what I find confusing about this is that, so you have this budget, and then it keeps going on and on. It wasn't like they just took the credit card and just goes, oh, whoops, we spent $1.3 million. I don't know where the money went. You're sending them money throughout the whole process. He didn't just give them $1.3 million up front. He probably gave them a little bit. And as they completed work, you give them a little more. And so I don't know why this was now all of a sudden an issue. Why did he bring it up now? This is 5 years after the fact. He's going, well, wait a second, they spent way more on this remodel in Las Vegas, and now I'm just bringing up this issue. During the course of the remodel, the defendants did not send Dave copies of any additional proposals, invoices, or receipts for items that were purchased for the property. This doesn't make any sense. So this whole time, we're led to believe that Vegas Dave was just in the dark. He just had his eyes closed, and they just took his credit card, and they just spent, and where are you spending the money? I don't even know. Doesn't make any sense. 4 years later, November 2023, with the help of one of the defendants, he bought the third Via Vegas Dave property, and somehow we're led to believe that he was having issues at his property, but he trusted them enough to buy another property in Cabo. None of this is adding up. The defendants were managing this third property, and they told Dave, hey, this property is making $100,000 per month in rent from guests, and I assure you that this is a good investment because we're managing it. We manage the property already. We know the prior owners. So based on this information, Vegas Dave bought the property, but he's claiming no inspection was completed prior to the sale, and numerous repairs were needed to ensure the property was rentable for guests, which is a little confusing because if it was already making $100,000 a month, then I'm assuming the property was plenty fine the way it was. But he's also saying that, oh, the defendants promised to make numerous repairs to the property after closing. That's on you, buyer. That's on you to hire an inspector and make sure that what you're buying is legitimate and doesn't need repairs, or at the very least, maybe you throw in when you buy, you say, hey, these are the little repairs that need to be completed before I purchase. That's on you, Dave. Once again, Dave says he's not received any of the invoices associated with the fees, service, and items listed, yet he kept sending them money. Since 2020, plaintiff and Vegas Dave Consulting have wired at least $1.2 million. Please take note of the dates. These are substantial wire amounts, $120,000 all the way up to $514,000. So he was sending multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars all the way up to $1.2 million over these 3.5 years. Apparently, this whole time he was having problems. He wasn't getting invoices. He wasn't getting monthly statements. He didn't know where the money was going. He wasn't. He was upset with the longevity of the renovations of his Las Vegas house, and he kept sending significant amounts of money because he obviously trusted him. Something's not adding up here. April 2024 rolls around, and Via Vegas Day 2 is still under construction. There were some valid safety concerns about the elevator. Vegas Day was getting a little upset. He was wanting the property to be done. And so the defendant said, hey, we need to possibly move some guests to Via Vegas Day 3 because we got them coming to town. And this part's really funny. So one of the defendants further said that plaintiff's actions could ruin your business as well as ours. Already, after simply Googling your name, half the websites are about you being a scammer. This is truly sad. So this is, Vegas Dave had to write this in his complaint that they were realizing, once they started Googling Vegas Dave's name, they realized, oh man, our client's a scammer. And even better, this is the best part. So this paragraph 70, defendants began contacting guests that booked reservations at plaintiff's properties. Basically, the property management company began contacting the guests saying, we're having issues. Vegas Dave is not allowing you to stay at the property. And so then they advised the guests that plaintiff, Vegas Dave, is a scammer who would not honor their reservations. Defendant Danette also advised plaintiff that a reservation for a mutual guest in June does not feel her reservation is going to be honored by Vegas Dave. After doing a Google search, it will not be held at risk of staying in the street on arrival day. So basically, the guests realized, like, they looked up the owner and realized, oh snap, this is Vegas Dave. They saw that he was a scammer. Now, granted, in my kind of like understanding about this, he wasn't scamming with the house, but just to look him up and realize he was a scammer, they didn't want to stay at his properties. On the very next day, Cabo Platinum filed a lawsuit against Vegas Dave, Dave Wancha, in Clark County, Nevada. What they're mostly alleging here is that Vegas Dave stopped giving access to the properties. When he terminated the agreement, Cabo Platinum had received a lot of money from the guests. They had booked it, they received the money up front, and they had sent the money to Vegas Dave, who was the owner. Guests come to town, and Vegas Dave cut off access to his properties. He didn't want to give them access anymore. So now the guests are coming into town. Cabo Platinum is on the hook for these guests having a good experience. And then when they come to town, they don't have access to a property. And so Cabo Platinum was saying that they had to then go find another property. These are super unique experiences. It's not like a Comfort Inn where you just send them to a local hotel and it's all kind of the same. But these are very unique experiences. People are paying $3,000, $5,000, maybe $10,000 a night. This is a significant expense for people. And so Cabo Platinum is alleging that they had to pay out of pocket to make sure that these guests were taken care of because they didn't want their reputation to go to shit. Let's take a quick break from all that boring litigation and check out this image. Who is that lovely young lady in that van? That, my friends, is D Lucky. Remember him from Instagram. He is an expert at slots. Apparently, people pay him every
D Lucky.
He spent 15 minutes going and playing slots, hoping to hit jackpot. You probably noticed the thumbs up, and I love this guy's image down here. He's like, oh my god, how much is that guy paying for her? Well, if you recognize this lady right here, this is Holly. This actually was Vegas Dave's girlfriend for a minute. So you see Vegas Dave down here? That's because Vegas Dave and D Lucky were friends. But we had a little issue. D Lucky wanted to get in the sports betting space. He started selling picks as well. Now, of course, he is an absolute idiot. He knows nothing about winning sports betting. I even found it interesting at the bottom of the website. D Lucky is not a handicapper. These are his lucky employees. Okay, so he's getting in the sports betting industry, right? Here's his ways to pay to lose money. Well, what did I just find? April 29th, 2025. Vegas Dave sued David Pham, claiming the LLC and D Lucky Slots LLC. What is this lawsuit all about? Around 2021, Pham handled 90% of Vegas Dave's company expenses. These two, I think, had a really good relationship a few years ago. They look really friendly right there, don't they? So Vegas Dave was paying him for billboards and social media campaigns. Billboards alone allegedly cost around $200,000. Give you an idea of what these guys are willing to pay, because when they're making multiples of that on the back end, they're easily able to justify $200,000 a month in billboards. You realize how many degenerates are out there willing to spend money on sports betting picks, $350,000 a day. It makes total sense. But what's great is that defendants pocketed the $100,000 overage. He's alleging he was spending $200,000, only $100,000 were going to the billboards. So somehow a scammer was scamming a scammer. It was hilarious to me, absolutely hilarious. And he found out about some server issues, which forced him to transfer an additional $280,000. These
who's this developer? Can I pay him? I'm paying 10 grand a month. He found out that all the money paid to them since 2019 was simply taken by the defendants. There was no web developer. In 2021, alone it is estimated that $1.2 million or more was taken for business expenses and never actually existed. What a scheme! Vegas Dave was getting taken advantage of $1.2 million. D Lucky Slots may be a new entrant into the Hall of Fame of scamming. Dave believes that $400,000 per month was supposed to be used.
Settings. Okay. Fuck. It's a good thing it's just a small trade. I think it'll be fine because it's supposed to still be going. It's still, it's not overbought completely yet. According to me, but... Yeah, no. It happens.
Grammarly has been in the AI game for over 14 years now, and there's a reason why they've stuck around for so long. Grammarly is like a patient writing coach and editor.
So recently, John Oliver, who's got his own show on HBO, did a video on multi-level marketing and network marketing that prompted hundreds of emails and messages to be sent our way saying, Pat, what do you think about what John Oliver said about network marketing? And Mario and I went and watched a video and I went through, and one of the things I love about comedians, let me tell you what I love about comedians. Sometimes I enjoy watching a comedian's point of view about a political thing more than CNN, MSNBC, and Fox. Here's why. Jon Stewart, which I love, Jon Stewart would sit there and he would talk about how terrible Republicans were because of something they did. And all the Republicans would get upset at him. Then the next day he would do video on liberals and Democrats. So you could always see that he would give both sides, which was great. You can see comedians, even though John leaned a little bit left, he still was willing to give both sides of his beliefs. And I liked it. I think comedians have the opportunity to do that. They have the way to say things that are funny, which many people want to say, and they can get away with it because at the end of the day, they say what? I'm just a comedian. I didn't mean anything by it. I'm just a comedian. So it's cool. I was a bit disappointed with John Oliver because his method on how great he is on the comedian side, he could have taken this thing on multi-level marketing and network marketing to give both sides, but I thought he only gave one side of it. And today what I want to do with you is I want to completely break it down. I'm going to cover 6 things with you on today's video about network marketing. One is, what is network marketing? What is MLM? Why is it that everybody somehow, some way, at some point of their lives had some kind of an affiliation, whether they're a client or joined or father or mother or brother, or somehow, some way you've been touched by a network marketing company. So what is network marketing? We'll cover the common criticisms. We'll cover the different types of compensation plans. Network marketing companies have different types of products, the benefits of it, and if you're going to do it, which company you should consider getting involved in. Not necessarily company. I won't give a company, but I will give things that you ought to be thinking about. So first of all, what is network marketing? Let me tell you what is network marketing. Network marketing is not an industry. This is the one thing that most people don't know about. And before I get into explaining to you why I have, I'm explaining network marketing and getting deep into it the way I am is, I used to work at Valley Total Fitness many years ago when I got out of the Army at 20 years old. One thing MLMers and network marketers will do is they love targeting gym salesmen because people who work at a gym know everybody. We know the nightclub, we know the folks that sell the drugs, we know the girls, we know the bartender, we know everybody. Gym, we know everybody. I mean, if you want to get into anything, talk to people that sell memberships at a gym. We are connected with everybody. Everyone comes to the gym, and the best guys at the gym are connected with everybody. So everyone was trying to recruit me and everybody else to a network marketing company. So eventually, one of my friends told me about this one thing, and he, you know, back in the days was VHS, video. And he gives me this video, which I said, come on, give me, and I had no idea what network marketing was, nothing. I had just come out of the Army. And in the Army, one of our sergeants who was an E8 was making $150,000 per year in a legal network marketing company, meaning a legal, what do you call it, like law, and it was called prepaid legal back in the days, and it was making 150, and everybody knew about it. Everybody, it was legit, he was making 150, so he was making 60 as a master sergeant, but he was making 150 as a network. So I knew there was something there, but I didn't fully know about it. Long story short, I get this video one day, I'm ticked off on my job. I go at night, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, I put the video in, I just came home from a nightclub and I'm so pissed off. I put the video in, an hour and a half into it was a 1.5 hour video. I said, I'm interested. I called the guy, I got started, it was $1,500, I got involved, I put on my credit card, and then after, I had a certain guy I was working with, they call it the upline. He changed 7 different companies. So at that time, he just following you, do whatever you do, because he's 20, I'm 20, and he's older than me. So, hey, we're going to go to the next one. This one's going to be better. And we're going to go to the next one. This one's going to be better. So we went from selling these websites to all of a sudden it was this, your own thing that people can click on. And then it was some dental plan benefits. And then it was an online sales store that you're going to have all these things. And then finally I said, don't call me, don't touch me, don't talk to me, don't approach me about anything to do with any of this stuff because I'm so annoyed. Because friends thought of you as only selling something, all this. I'm 21 years old at this time. So I said, I'm going back to pure traditional business, and I went to Morgan Stanley, Dean Witter. That's when I got my Series 7, 66, 31, 26, life and health, all that stuff. I went purely financial. But what I did do during that time, when I left it, I said, there is something very attractive about this that turns people on. Why is that? And I investigated the entire industry to find out exactly what worked and what didn't work, and that's what I'm presenting to you here today. So what is network marketing? Here's what network marketing is. Network marketing is not an industry. Direct marketing is not an industry.
Amazon Zero is the first thing that made sense for my life and didn't demand I become someone I'm not. Zero social media, zero shipping, zero tech headaches.
Even MLM, multi-level marketing, is not an industry. It's a philosophy of marketing. That's all it is. It's a philosophy of marketing. Marketing is a certain strategy you use to get the customer's attention that eventually ends up buying your product. That is all network marketing is. Let me explain.
You don't have a
There are about
product.
150 different ways you can market your product. I'm going to just give you an example, about 14 of them here. You can go direct marketing. What is direct marketing? Direct marketing is for me to sell my product by going directly to Mario. So I'm going directly to consumer, okay? Or I'm going directly to the business. I'm going direct. Mario, I have this product. Let me show it to you. Will you buy it? Yes. $600. I exchange merchandise for product. I leave. I make $200 on the product. That is direct marketing, and I make $200 on the sale I made. You have email marketing. For many years, oh my gosh, people who did email marketing were called the biggest con artists because you kept getting all these, this is only an elite thing that I'm doing that only 7 people are gonna be a part of, and you have the opportunity to be part of the 7, and people, oh my gosh, I gotta be part of it, and it worked. And I thought it was very effective. A lot of people said, these are con artists. They're purely con artists. It's a marketing method.
Yeah,
there's a creative part to it. Some do email marketing. Some do telemarketing. It's a philosophy of marketing where people run a call center. They run big call centers of people that you know nothing about, and they make calls, and enough people buy, and you throw it up against the wall. People, yeah, but it works. It's effective for some people, and it works. The other one is affiliate marketing. What's affiliate marketing? Affiliate marketing is, hey, let us put this on your website. If somebody clicks on it, we'll give you $3. If somebody buys the product, we'll give you $25. Affiliate marketing. Another one is network marketing. What is network marketing? I am marketing my product to who? To my network. That's all it is. I am marketing my product to my network. That's network marketing. Network marketing isn't all these juice and all these other companies. That's network. No, it's not. That's network marketing. It's marketing to my network. Multi-level marketing is what? So network marketing could be when ING Direct back in the days would say, if you help somebody else open up an ING Direct account, we'll give you $25. That's network marketing. But multi-level marketing says the following. If you find somebody else who refers ING and they open up an account, we'll pay him $25 and we'll pay you $5. Now it becomes levels. So it's multi-levels. Multi-level marketing. We'll pay 2 generations. That's where the level comes in. Then you have guerrilla marketing. Guerrilla marketing is, you know, some guys would come out with their own CD and they want to go out there and do guerrilla marketing in the streets and just hitting a ton of people at the same time. It's effective. Some call that a very, you know, con and deceptive way of doing it. It's effective. Many major hip hop people that you respect in the world started with guerrilla marketing. Many movie guys that started off with their first short film, they started off with guerrilla marketing. Now the world respects them. Behavior marketing. Let me study this person's behavior who goes, you know, sometimes people say, hey, you know what's the weirdest thing that happened today? I went on this website and just 2 days ago, I clicked on a website to buy furniture, and today every website I go to, this furniture's coming in. There's something weird going on. No, it's called behavioral marketing. Hey, that's a little bit deceptive. It's marketing, and people buy the product because they're simply seeing your fingerprints of where you touch and they're going to it. Next one is digital marketing. What's digital marketing? Social media. It's very, very effective. Now, social media, some people could say, I am so sick and tired of seeing this video ad of, you know, he keeps coming up. Every time I watch a video, this guy keeps coming up, this guy keeps coming up, this guy keeps coming up. It works. Digital marketing. Celebrity marketing. Hey, I use this product to change my life, and it's a celebrity. I am a famous, I use this thing. Athletes do it all the time. I mean, MJ, Haynes, LeBron, you know, shoes. Everybody, celebrity marketing. Shaq, Kia. Shaq is doing cars. Shaq's doing cars he doesn't even fit in. That's celebrity marketing is what it is, right? Then you have cross marketing. Hey, real estate with accounting. Let me do, you know, magazines and newspapers. Cross-marketing. I'm going to find a product, team up with this guy, and we cross-market our products to each other. Next, trade show marketing. Some people go do trade shows. That's all they talk about. I am very successful at trade shows. And some people say, I would never do a trade show. It's so annoying. There are many successful trade show marketers. Then you have TV marketing. A lot of people advertisement. You don't think, if there's anything that's the highest level of manipulation, it's TV marketing. You know why? Hey, if you drink this beer, you're going to get laid. What do you think beer companies do? Hey, you take this pill and erections may last for the rest of your life. And everybody in the world is going to want to see your erection. And you're going to be the man. And you're going to feel it. And then we're like, oh my God, man, give me one of those things. I want an erection that lasts a lifetime. And I think somebody says, if your erection lasts a lifetime, go see a doctor. Give me a break. That is manipulative, but people work. Why are people buying Viagra so much? Because it's called TV marketing. How come nobody's taking shots at TV marketing? I'd love to see somebody do that. And then you have radio, which radio nowadays, I think there's only 3 people that listen to the radio today. Is it 3 or is it 4 people that listen to radio? Mario, how many people listen to radio today? It's 3 people. Mario knows. No.
Hi, we're Fiverr, a global marketplace with freelancers offering thousands of digital services. Search for the service needed, budget, timeline, and get a list of freelancers. Ready to grow?
No, the radio is not what it used to be, but people do radio marketing. I think the best people in radio marketing are those who sell radio because it is a dying industry. And I have to tell you, some of the best salespeople in the world are those who sell radio time. You are good. And you've got me to spend some money. I spent $100,000 on radio in 2009, 2010, I think I did. And it didn't work, but I spent 100 grand on it, right? So now, all that said and done, network marketing and multi-level marketing and direct marketing is a philosophy of how you market your product. And do you know why companies do network marketing? Let me explain to you why companies do network marketing. Here's why. Because the cost acquisition to get the customer is cheaper. I don't have to do a TV ad and spend $400,000. I simply give it cheaper and have somebody else go sell it, and I can pay more to the field or whatever it is. There's still a problem there that I'm going to get into that I don't like what they do in network marketing, but there's a reason why people do network marketing. Cost is cheaper to get the consumer. Now, this is network marketing. This is what we're talking about with network marketing. A lot of times people like to say, it's another pyramid scheme. By the way, here's what a pyramid scheme is so everybody understands and they stop saying it. Every time somebody says pyramid scheme, you sound uneducated. And I'll tell you why. Because in a pyramid scheme, a product doesn't exist. There's a reason why Amway, Herbalife hasn't gone out of business yet and they're still in business. And you have Beckham who wears an Herbalife shirt, and you have the Orlando Magic that play in the Amway Arena. There's a reason for that. That's not accidental. If they were a pyramid scheme, they would be closed down. In a pyramid scheme, I remember when I was working at Bally's, a guy approached me and he showed me this thing. He said, hey, you pay $500 to me. I keep $200 of it. $100 goes to the guy above me and $100 goes above me. But you go out and get 5 other people that pay $500, and then they get 500 people, and then you get 5 other people, you're going to make $100,000 in a month. I said, what's the product? There is no product. That's the great thing about it. There is no product. What are you talking? You're a con artist. He was a con artist. 6 months later, he went to prison. I think he did 5 years in prison for doing that. That's exactly what used to happen to people that run pyramid schemes. Here's another one. When people say it's a Ponzi scheme, most people don't even know the history of Ponzi scheme. Ponzi scheme came from a guy whose name is Charles Ponzi. Again, I'm trying to give you history because I wanted to find out if this business is good or bad. I have to find out everything about this business. Charles Ponzi was a con artist who was an Italian businessman, I want to say in the 20s. Was it 20s or 30s? Something like that, in the 20s. And he did business in the US and he did business in Canada. What he would do is he would come to you and tell you, if you give me $100, I'll return it to you with $150 on 60 days, and I'll give you $200 within 90 days. He was the first original Bernie Madoff type of guy who made, I think, $10 million during that time, which is a lot of money. Before there was Bernie Madoff, there was Charles Ponzi. So that's why people say this is a Ponzi scheme. But in a Ponzi scheme, there is no product. Money just moves. And when money only moves with no products, you're going straight to prison. And by the way, you belong in prison when you do things like that and try to rip off people. There's nothing cool. If capitalism ever gets a bad name because people try to win in the game of capitalism with shortcuts and they try to hurt people, and those people belong in prison. That needs to happen. This is not something that you need to go out there and abuse. It needs to happen. If somebody goes out there and fights in UFC, and you go out there in your gloves, you put rocks in there, so it used to happen back in the days in boxing, so you can punch somebody and nobody feels the rock. The guy feels it, he breaks his jaw. Hey man, that's cheating. You need to go out there and get out of the entire boxing world. So I'm not okay with that. So in today's message, I'm gonna get very neutral. I'll give you both sides as well. So this is types of marketing, products that we have. We have telecommunication, that back in the days, there used to be a company called Excel. The founder of Excel, I believe, started with calling cards. He eventually ended up having a horse that was in the Kentucky Derby that raced in the Derby. If you go find out about the founder of Excel, his net worth is somewhere around $2 to $4 billion. I don't know the exact number, but it's around $2 to $4 billion. Because calling cards were very, very big. And guess who wanted calling cards? Everybody wanted calling cards in the 80s, but it didn't do well. Then in the 90s, there was ACN that came out with, they were competing with Quest, $4.99 service, but I think it was 4.9 cents a minute type of thing, and then that went away. And then you have some of the companies today. Technology is by far the worst type of company to even consider being a part of because it changes so quickly. There was a company called FutureNet that came out with a set-top box, and they were selling it for $600. So people would come to your house, and they would sit there, and it would sit this on the top of the TV, and they would say, hey, watch this. While you're watching TV, next thing you know, you chat on the bottom on AO with anybody else. And people were amazed by it. Everybody was buying this for $600. This company called FutureNet came out, and they were selling so many of them. They were doing so well. Eventually, Sears came out and sold the same exact system for $99. They went out of business like this. So technology wasted time. Energy, it happens if you got a good story today. There's ways of doing it for gas, other things. Water, there's a lot of different water stores. I remember one time, one water store guy came out to introduce his product to us. Great guy, phenomenal guy, very nice guy. But
what if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can.
But he took us to a restaurant with my dad, and my dad at that time was having heart problems. And he told my dad, he says, look, you want to look younger? You want to look younger? Let me tell you how you ought to look younger. He starts spraying on my dad's face the water. My dad, he doesn't like it when people touch him, let alone spray water on his face without asking permission. My dad in Assyrian cursed him out in every single possible word you can think about in Assyrian. He said, we are getting the F out of here right now. And I said, look, we got to go. I took my dad. But there's water companies that they sell the machine for $4,500. Skin, my wife. Let me tell you about my wife. I said, babe, you want to buy Mac? No, babe. My wife likes 3 companies. Ulta, which is not a network, it's a traditional company. Ulta that competes with Sephora. They have these big 8,000 square foot places. They do a very good job, Ulta does. She likes Ulta, she likes Youngblood, and she likes Arbonne. I believe Youngblood and Arbonne are network marketing, and she's never joined either one of them. But she loves their product. So it works very well on the skin side. Coffee, tea, berry, there's a lot of those Noni companies. And you have the coffee companies that are out there legal. I think it's Legal Shield, now used to be pre-pay legal. Nutritionals, you have Amway, you have Shaklee, you have Melaleuca, you have Herbalife, you have many of them there. Travel, there used to be a big travel company back in the 80s and 90s that was doing, because travel agencies were you used to buy your products, nowadays it's all online. There's actually a good story for a travel company today that gives discounts. So you buy discounted rates and it's very effective. Now, how you sell it is the problem. I went to a travel meeting one time with a friend, Diana. We sat in the room and the speaker gets up and he says, look, let me tell you why I love our company. I recently got a divorce a year ago. And when we go on these trips, in our company, we have a divorce trip. And on these divorce trips that we go together, guess what happens on these divorce trips? You know what happens on these divorce trips? Everybody's divorced. Everybody's in a mood. Hey, and start talking about sex and all this other. And young guys are like, I'm going to go to a divorce party. I'm like, first of all, great marketing effort to convince young guys to go out there for the sex party. It's like the military recruiters that would say, hey, the moment you put your uniform, everyone wants to have sex with you. It's effective. And it's actually somewhat true. It's a little, it's just, I don't like that approach, but some people take that approach. That was a travel experience I had in the past. Nevertheless, the industry, there's a lot of effective ways. There's weed. This was funny, where it's you know, we have a weed network marketing. Truly, it's a weed network marketing company. You have sex toys. Mario knew about one very, very well back in the days. Sex toys company, and literally when I tell you sex toys, it is literally sex toys. So you get together and everybody shows the sex toys, and there's some extracurricular activities that sometimes watch how many people are gonna search right now, sex toys MLM. You'll see fucking them. You'll send them a link, send a message to Mario, send you the link. Mario, we're proud of you. And then the last one is financial products. And let me tell you one thing about financial products. Gary Keller wrote a book called The One Thing. Gary Keller, the founder of Keller Williams, he wrote the book called The One Thing. If you go online and type in Keller Williams and you type in MLM, you'll see a bunch of accusations of saying this is a network marketing company, which, by the way, anybody that's been part of Keller Williams that I've worked with, and I asked them, is it a network marketing company? Yes, there's components of it. They have 150,000 licensed agents in America. 150. No real estate company has more licensed agents than Keller Williams. They got criticized for the longest time. No one cares today. They are insane status. Matter of fact, the multi-million-dollar home that I just recently bought is bought from an agent that works for Keller Williams, and she is absolutely the most ridiculous real estate agent I've ever bought a home from. And I bought it from, she's the most amazing one I've ever bought a home from. She's with Keller Williams, and it's a network marketing company. By the way, New York Life, a lot of people like to bash New York Life. You go online and you type in New York Life pyramid scheme and network marketing and MLM, all these negative things that have come up. And you'll see one thing about New York Life is New York Life last year did $27 billion in revenues. I think they got roughly 12,000 employees, and their net revenues last year was around $2 billion. This is New York Life. But today, nowadays, anybody and everybody could go bash anybody. But these are some of the things. And by the way, there's many out there as well on companies, philosophies. I run a financial for myself, and I can tell you for myself, there is a component of network marketing that I love because it's so effective, because I can pay a higher comp to my guys if I choose to. Now, with that being said, let me get into a few things when you think about network marketing that has a bad rep. What gives network marketing a bad rep? So let me go through the criticism of network marketing myself. So here's where it is. Let me pull this up. Okay, so a few things about MLM and network marketing that you got to think about that's a bad rep. One, people that join everything. It is extremely annoying. No one likes it. You lose friends. Every other day you want to sell a new product. Everyone, just so you know, people get tired of it. I experienced it at 20 years old. Every single one of my friends said, listen, I don't want to do anything with this. So from 20 to 21, there was a period my friends said, I don't want to do anything. That's why I said I will never touch anything again that has to do anything with network marketing. I don't want to do it. I went straight to Morgan Stanley, and I chose the financial industry to be a part of. But originally, there are a lot of people that want to join everything and anything, and they tell people, hey, you should join this, hey, you should join this, hey, you should, hey, I found this thing, I found this thing. It's too much. It's like becoming you're prostituting products.
Grammarly works where you work. There's no more copying and pasting. It makes you a better writer, and also makes you a better writer for the right person you're trying to reach. So it basically helps you write right? So I'm actually going to...
You're becoming promiscuous with everybody. You want to sleep with everybody. It's a turnoff, and there's a lot of that in network marketing. That's a turnoff. Second one, they have something new to sell every single month, similar to the other one I told you about. 1 month they're selling you some a travel product. The next month it's a Tahitian noni drink that's going to change your life. The next day is a water you're going to drink that you're going to be younger 10 years. Every day there's something new to sell. Number 3, inventory and garage. That's very problematic. Let me tell you why it's problematic. Overselling a product that a person cannot afford and shouldn't buy. Hey, come buy $5,000 worth of products. Why are you doing that? That person doesn't need it. And number 2, if you don't have a track record of selling a lot of products, why would somebody be doing that? Why would somebody be doing that? I think a person, if you're gonna sell a product, sell the amount of product that someone's gonna use, get to like the product. You gotta like the product. Then they will tell you if they wanna buy more products, and you can show them other elements of the product that's effective. Saying go buy $5,000 worth of products to succeed that they never use, that end up on eBay, which they paid $5,000 for, and they sell it on eBay for $600, that's a ripoff. That's not something you ought to be doing. And sometimes in network marketing that does happen, which is a bad rep. The next one, this is the one that's very annoying to most people. Get rich quick message. This whole thing about, you're going to be a millionaire in no time, and we're going to go out there and become millionaires in the next 6 months and 12 months and all this stuff. People don't like that. It's deceptive. It's not something you ought to be doing. Misrepresentation, such as, this is the cure to cancer. We have the cure to aging. This makes you happy. If you eat this, you will have more energy. It'll improve your sex life. It'll improve this. That's great. It's too much. This whole cure thing of misrepresenting anything, it's way too much. And it happens a lot. A lot. It happens, this misrepresentation happens way too much in the world of network marketing and gives it a bad product. Here's the other one that's very concerning is when a guy comes up to you and sells you a company like this, hey, who cares what the product is, man? We have the best compensation plan. Listen, run away as far as possible. When they sell compensation plan first, product second, I have a problem.
Run.
When they sell
I believe I can fly. I believe I can.
Como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo.
Run.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can.
Como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo.
Run.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can.
Como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo.
Run.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can.
Como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo.
Run.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can.
Como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo.
Run.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can.
Como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo.
Run.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can.
Como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo.
Run.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can.
Como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo.
Run.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can.
Como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo.
Run.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can.
Como yo me muevo, no se mueve nadie. Como yo me muevo.
Run.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can.